Hey, beautiful souls, it's your Buddha Zen. It's time for another timeless pick a card reading. And every other week, the pick a cards have to do with the new moon and the full moon, because every 2 weeks we basically have those cycles we go through. And then in the off weeks, I actually have a meditation we do, and then also when the sun changes zodiac sign each month. So this particular pick a card reading has to do with the new moon in Sagittarius that's happening on December 12th of this year, 2023, at 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now that energy will follow this reading and this video as long as it exists. So even though you might be coming across this outside that time frame, the messages are still for you because you came across the video. So to make the most of a new moon energy, we get 10 new moon wishes. I know, right? How long have we not known about this? But this is great because it allows you to plant new seeds. It's the new moon energy is creation. And the ideal time of where the ground, the soil is most nutritious and full of nutrients for growth is when you plant the seeds within 8 hours after the new moon begins. So 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 hours after that is the ideal time, the most powerful time to do that. Also, you can do the 10 individual wishes as much, about whatever you want, but to make them even more pizzazzy and have more energy and power behind them, if you make the wishes along the lines of the characteristics of whatever the zodiac sign that the new moon is in, it's even more powerful, puts more oomph and electricity, I guess, behind those seeds. So because this one is in Sagittarius, I'm going to put up just a quick little screenshot here of kind of the most common characteristics of the Sagittarius moon, so that you can take a look here and you can pause and take a look at them. I won't go over them all because I know you can read. So you can look over these. And if you make your wishes around those, then that's perfect. If you make them, around, with this attitude of gratitude too. Like, I thank you for, bringing this into my life, or, and you're making positive, not like, I want this to be gone out of my life. It's focusing your energy on what you want, not on what you don't want, because like attracts like. So when we focus our energy in on what we do want with those different themes, then we draw those in even faster. Writing them down and saying them out loud also can help, because you're putting your vibration of your voice out into this earthly plane too. So doing that also helps bring it into fruition. And go back and visit your wishes as much as you can, because the more energy you put on them, the more it draws it to us, and faster it draws it to us too. So I like that. So hopefully that is helpful for you. And if you have any questions on any of the new moon energy, just comment down below and I'll be happy to reply to those. But for the pick a card, everyone will have a choice between 3 different pick a card readings. You can choose from as many of these as you want. I'm going to start with number 1 right now, but if you want to jump to number 2 or 3, timestamps are all listed in the description box below. If you chose reading number 1, and then this is the reading for you, and we're going to start off here with the Wisdom of the Avalon Oracle cards. And because this is the Sagittarius New Moon, we're going to zero in, and Spirit wants us to inquire and share with us what new knowledge is rising from within you. So we're going to start off with the wisdom here and see what is coming forward here. What does Spirit want you to know? This new knowledge. Sagittarius energy is all about learning and growing, and I like that. So here we go. So we got the Wisdom of the Avalon, and you start off here talking about burden. Card number 43, and I'll zero in here because it talks about the sacred journey. This is a sacred journey markers, and we're going to put this up over here. And let's see what message comes in here with this. First, we have a couple more oracle, and then we'll dive into the tarot. What burdens are you carrying on this part of the journey? Are you transporting those of others out of generosity or codependency? Is this burden so heavy that it slows you down? This marker asks you to stop and look at your responsibilities, your commitments, and all that you bring with you on your journey. Are you clinging to any unhealthy relationship out of fear? And are you taking on the burden of others to prevent them from getting hurt? Do you know that this enables others to avoid learning their life lessons and doesn't really help at all? So drawing this marker encourages you to release others to their own path. It may also be a time for you to ask if you're helping because you like being needed, right? That's at the root. If the answer is yes, which normally it is, that's the human part of us, right? Then the message is truly to let go of the burden, for it's born of self-centeredness. Release the burden of others to the divine. They also have their own angels and guides, just as you do. So trust in the divine plan for all. On the sacred path to Avalon, you must be aware that you pack all the essential wisdom tools you'll need to chart your course. Integrity, kindness, compassion, discernment, discretion, faith, forgiveness, truth, and love are but some of them. Once your tools are counted, see if the rest of what you're hanging on to is appropriate. This is the time to leave behind any unnecessary burdens and to know you have the strength to carry what is yours. Yeah, so the wisdom coming up here with this main card does have to do with realizing that the wisdom, the knowledge that we are taught as humans, that we're responsible for everyone's happiness. And we're taught that as a child, right? Because we'll hear things like, you made daddy sad, you made mama mad, right? We're told that we're making them feel a certain way, but really the power of emotional choice, the power of choice in general comes in that we are the ones that get to choose the story we apply to any situation, the emotion we feel as we go through it, the energy we put forward, and then also, of course, any physical actions. We are responsible for those that we choose. Everyone else, sure, we can make it easier or harder for someone to choose lower vibrational emotions and stories or higher vibrational, but ultimately they are going to decide. You can give someone the world, they can still choose to be unhappy, right? You can give someone very little and they can choose to be severely happy over that, right? So we can be aware of what we feel and how we're influencing others, but all our energy can be invested in sweeping in front of our own door rather than thinking we got to sweep in front of everyone else's and make everyone else's good. I like how it says, everyone has their own spiritual posse team that's out there, right? And so trust the divine, trust everyone is on their path. And if we try to rescue everyone from living their lives and living their experiences, we're sheltering them and we're always not going to be able to be there. And then they're going to have the big whammy of situations happen and they're not going to be prepared for them. So allowing them to be there, giving our love and support, but allowing everyone to have their own journey, we release ourselves from the burden of trying to control things that are outside of our control, holding ourselves responsible for things that we are not responsible for, right? So I like that coming in here. And then we're also going to pull from the Soul Journey Lesson cards. See what else they want us to know about this burden. So what else for those that chose reading number 1? What other knowledge? All right, this one here. And we've got freedom, right? I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I love it. This is so perfect for this. So this is telling us that we are the ones that choose this happiness. We are the ones that can only make us happy. That's our job. I think it's Byron Katie. I follow her, and one of the things that she says a lot is, you can't hurt me. That's my job. But you also can't make me happy. That's my job. And that's coming back to that power of choice. No matter what anyone does, I'm the one that chooses what story I put on it, what emotion I'm going to feel, what energy. Now, I know sometimes it doesn't feel like we're making a choice, but it's because we were given so much opinion from the past of popular opinion of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos of when that happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, how you're supposed to feel. And we take on those opinions, we make it our habit, and then it's our reaction where it happens so fast we don't feel like we're making a decision, but we are. And if we slow things down, and usually it starts off post-review after we've experienced something, we look back and go, wait, I didn't want it to mean that. I don't want it to, continue to mean this. I can change that. I didn't want to feel that. I'm going to feel a different way. And there's this unfolding with all that. So this says, I possess the power and the free will, that's our power of choice, to create my own happiness. Your soul is open to receiving new wisdom and insights that will allow it to make the right choices for its own growth. Remember, you are never a victim of other people or their circumstances. You have complete control over your own choices. You can't make this up. By following your heart and being authentic to yourself, you present the real you to the world. Making decisions based on other people's expectations is not the true path of happiness. Talk about burden, right? Trying to please all the people all the time? No way. You are responsible for creating your own reality. When a soul shifts to a place of honoring itself in its totality, free from judgment, only then will it find its true freedom. Every soul is unique and follows its own path. Don't give in to peer pressure or the urge to fit in. You're the only one who truly knows the real you, so feel free to march to the beat of your own drummer. I like that because what happens next here, as you're releasing this burden and you're having this freedom of choice, is you are realizing that all the stuff that's happening where people are disappointed in you or people disappointing you, it's happening to bring in this freedom. Because when it happens enough, when the burden becomes too much and too overwhelming, that's where our freedom comes in. Because, when we're shown over and over again how we are out of control of things, then we focus on what we are in control of, which is our own free will and our own choices. When we're trying to change the world, sometimes we feel like, oh, look, I am changing the world. I am making people do this and making their lives better. It just happens to be that we are doing what they're wanting us to do, but doesn't necessarily mean that that is for their growth, right? It just happens to, we're not disappointing them because we're matching their expectations, but as soon as we falter a little bit, boom, everything explodes. But it happens for us to release us from that. So I like this. And then we're also going to look at the Path of the Soul Oracle here. I call these there's 3 decks that she has, and it's fractal imaging, which is, I call it the spiritual inkblot test. And this basically will show you what whatever you want to see in it is a special message for you, and then we'll also read from her book to see what the interpretation is. So let's take a look here. For those that chose reading number, all right, I feel like it's this one right here, reading number 1. So you can get ready here, and 3, 2, 1, boom. Look at that, beautiful colors. Kind of looks like this card over here. Card number 31. All right, and we'll just put these like this for now. And let's see what that comes in here. So this is joyous. It says the colors of pink and green signify the opening of the heart chakra to deeper and more profound joy. Embrace this shift occurring within you. And as you do, allow for that childlike wonder and amazement to fill every part of your being. You deserve to feel the bliss and happiness. You have done the work. You've made the effort. Now it is time to simply enjoy. all that life has to offer. Yeah, that's what comes in here, is this beautiful joy, this beautiful freedom that comes in through all of this here. Let me see, how am I going to do this here? We'll scooch all these up in the corner here because we're going to pull some more cards. But this is the the burden. Once we release the burden, all those expectations trying to make everyone happy, this is when we get to experience true happiness and true joy, because the burden is what holds it down. It's higher vibrational energy. The burden is lower vibrational energy, that judgment and all that fear. So I love that. Now, what I felt led to do here, I do this every once in a while. This is the Arcanus Animal Tarot. And what I'm going to do is I've split out the minor arcana into their 4 suits and separated it from the major arcana. Now, each of the minor arcana represent 4 different areas of your life, and this is where we're going to see, how does this wisdom come in? How is this wisdom made known to you? And we're going to look at the 4 different areas of our lives, and then the major arcana is going to be the final message on how you can use that to transform. So we'll start off with the fire element, the suit of wands. And this is your energy, your passion, your inspiration, your spiritual energy. So let's take a look here. As far as energy, how is that going to influence and help you bring this wisdom to the surface and apply it as well? All right, so this is the one here. And you have the 10 of Wands. This card is the burden card, and this is exactly what I was thinking too, because the 10 of Wands usually shows someone carrying all 10 wands, which represents the burden, carrying so much, but it's the ending and the beginning. So this affirms here that you are ready to release this burden. You're ready to stop investing so much energy into black holes of trying to control all this stuff. It's like trying to herd cats, and there's a lot of energy invested with very little success, because as soon as you get one cat sitting still, you will get another one. That one's gone already. If you get 2 together, they're fighting and then they're both gone or whatever. But this is about reevaluating where you've been investing all of your energy and bringing it back. Like I said, instead of trying to sweep in front of everyone else's door, you're bringing all that 10 wands down to 1 wand and bringing that singular focus back to you. And I love that. And then we have the earth element, which is the suit of pentacles. This is the only suit that's about the outside world. This is your spiritual energy and your passion, right? And then we're going to talk about your mental energy, your emotional energy. This is about the outside world. Everyone else that's on stage with you, including your physical body, it's all about the outside world. So how is this going to impact your outside world with this knowledge? All right. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. And this even was mentioned in one of these about you've done the work and now you're going to get the reward. 8 of Pentacles is like, I love the Marmaduke dog in there. The, like an apprentice putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears to become the master. And this is saying that you've put in the work. Now it's time. The outside world is going to start to spin, and things are going to start to happen. Things are going to start to unfold in the outside world. Because of this awareness. When you move this energy inward, all of that energy that was invested outward, when you bring it all inward, oh my gosh, it just manifests, it changes. You are investing in your dreams and your world, in your body and your mind and your world. So again, you're sweeping in front of your own door. So your front of your door is going to be, wow, immaculate and clean, and you're like, wow, I'm going to put this, and I'm going to do a little fountain, and the front door, your front door is changing, and you're altering it because of all this. So I like that. And then we do, like I said, we go into the air element, which is the element, the suit of swords. This is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, right? All your beliefs. So we're going to see here, how does this discovery of this burden, it'd be like the 10 of Swords, which is you're tired of trying to live up and make everyone else happy, right? Or the 3 of Swords works too, because 3 of Swords is the expectations equal disappointment card. So you're discovering your fears. Why were you trying to make everyone else happy, and when we get to that root, the freedom that comes in here is when we realize that it's not true. We do not choose how everyone else feels, right? Everyone gets to choose all of that for themselves through their power of choice. And when you realize that, it does bring such a relief, because, this is that exhaustion, trying to fulfill and trying to make everyone else happy. It just feels like you're just flushing money down the toilet. The light is going into the black hole. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything because everyone is choosing, and they are the ones that are determining whether they're going to be happy or sad. And we can't do anything about that, right? We can only focus our energy on the inside, and that's the burden of trying to please everyone else. Releasing is a big piece of it, but releasing everyone else from the burden of trying to make us happy is also a big freedom that comes in for everyone, but especially ourselves, because we step into our power. And I know when I first heard, I'm responsible for all of my emotions and my feelings, when I used to say, they hurt me, they made me mad. No one makes me do anything. Life simply happens on the outside world, and I'm the one choosing the story, the emotions, the energy, and my actions. And I'm like, oh, so I could have chosen a different way to think about it, but why did I choose that way? Again, we go back to how we were conditioned when we were growing up with that popular opinion. Well, when that happens, this is what I was supposed to feel, right? Yeah, you could feel that way, but you also can choose not to. That's the power, right? Which brings us into the final suit, the water element, and the suit of cups, which is our emotions. So let's see what this does to our emotional journey, right? Joy, we know that, but let's take a look here. So this is the one right here. Yeah, the transformation. 6 of Cups is the transformation of those emotions from what we thought was fear, and that other people's actions and non-actions, words and non-words, meant something about us. Again, they were supposed to make us happy, and so when they didn't do what we expected them to do, we had lower vibrational reactions to it. I felt betrayed, I felt sad, I felt angry, I sought revenge, whatever it may be. But when we realize every moment is our own choice of a lower vibration or higher vibration, thought and story, emotion, energy, or action, then we realize when people choose a lower vibrational, it's because that's rooted in fear. When our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, and it goes into fight or flight mode, it'll throw out our intelligent, compassion, loving side of us, and who's left? Literally a 2-year-old and their pet hissing cat who they just want to do whatever they feel is necessary to get back in control and to feel safe again. Usually unintelligent, unloving, and uncompassionate, because that side of us is booted out. And we then, when someone is choosing a lower vibrational energy and response and everything else, we take that to mean something about us, and that's how we define that. But when we realize, wait a minute, if it wasn't about unconditional love, then their actions and whatever were out of fear, that's not about me, that's about them. It's like a common example we give is swimming out to rescue someone who's drowning. They're panicking, and their arms are going over the place and they don't even see you, and they smack you upside your head. Well, they're not trying to abuse you, right? But then they notice you're there and they grab onto you and pull you underwater. They're not trying to murder you. They're freaking out. And that's what happens. And we get them back to shore. They calm down. That adult, the intelligent, loving, compassionate side returns to them, and you see the animal leave their eyes and the human, adult return, right? And so that is this transformation that happens with all of this, with this releasing of this burden. Not only do you have this freedom and this joy, and you feel this power and control come back, that you're choosing everything in your life. And like I said, at the beginning when I found that out, felt kind of irritated and a little pissed off about it. But then I realized how empowering it is, and then I was okay with it, right? So beautiful, beautiful change coming in here. And then, of course, we have the major arcana, which this represents the overall theme. What is going to help you through all of this here? That's their final message on this new higher wisdom and knowledge that's coming up here for you. So for those that chose reading 1, all right, here it is here. And you have, of course, the Lover's card, Power of Emotional Choice card. So how perfect, what a perfect ending to come in here, because that is exactly what we've been talking about here, which is every moment we get to choose what emotion, a lower vibrational or higher vibrational. So we definitely, the big impact that this has for you is emotionally, you're going to feel the difference. The burden's going to fall away, and the emotional joy is going to overflow into your life here. So I love this message for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, there's a couple things that you can do. First, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking that like button. That does tell me you're enjoying the content, but it tells YouTube that they are as well, and they'll bring more of that same content to you. The other thing you can do is click that subscribe button. It does give you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there and select all, you'll be notified when I put out a new video. Also, you're notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, when you like or share my videos, comment on my videos, subscribe to my channel, become one of my YouTube channel members, all of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited. It wants to share my videos with other people as well, and it'll draw other people in. So that does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. So if any of that resonates for you and you want to do any of that, please know I'm very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box down below. All right, beautiful people, as you're going through this wonderful revelation of this wisdom and knowledge, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until we chat again, much love to you. Hang in there, and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off with the Wisdom of the Avalon Oracle cards. And because of this Sagittarius New Moon energy, we're going to zero in on knowledge. And we're going to ask Spirit, what new knowledge is rising from within you? What do they want you to know about this? So let's take a look here and see what beautiful knowledge is bubbling up from within. All right. So for those that chose reading number 2, nope, none of those. All right. All right, there it is. We'll start here. So we've got the Spider, which is creative projects. Card number 15. This is from the Animal Guides of Spirit. So we're going to put that up in the corner up here. And let's see what information comes in here about this creativity. The Spider reminds you that you have within you the gift to create meaningful, purposeful work. Within you is an artist waiting to be expressed. Think about this. Do you write in a journal each day? Do you draw, paint, cook, or play music? Do you realize that everything you do on a daily basis is an act of co-creation with the divine? Ooh. The Spider signals that it's time to be aware of your responsibility for the creations in your life. Maybe you can rethink an issue and apply your inner artist to find a solution. If you're unhappy with anything, ask yourself, how can I create a better, more productive and loving experience for myself and others? Whether you see yourself as an artist or not, you're always co-creating with the divine. You are the architect of your own happiness and fulfillment. What life are you building? Don't just sit there. This is your time to create. Wow. So the energy that's coming in here, this new knowledge that is coming in, is your awareness of what you're wanting to do, what you're wanting to accomplish in this life. This could be a revelation of a dream. Like, what is my dream? What does my high heart want to do? What's my capital T truth of who I want to be, what I want to do in my life, who I want to be with, the impact I want to leave upon the earth when I'm, gone? What is this journey? What is this creation I want to have? I love that for you. We're also going to pull from the Soul's Journey lesson cards here. And let's see what else the Spirit wants you to know about this creativity, this passion, this creation that's coming, that this plan, this architect's plan that's within you that wants to be built and created, right? Yeah, doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. I like this coming in here, all these greens coming in here too, because what keeps us from moving forward is sometimes, we want to know all of the steps, and often we will not, out of fear of failure, right? We won't jump into something until we can see the full picture and go, do I have the confidence? Do I feel I have the abilities to make this dream happen? Otherwise, I don't want to fail. And, what will people think? How this result? All that kind of stuff. It's great, though, because, when this comes forward, we realize when you're living your dream, there is no failure. It's like, I think it was Thomas Edison or one of the famous inventors I think it was Thomas Edison. I think they created the light bulb or something, but people would say, oh my gosh, you failed 1,000 times. And they were like, no, I found 1,000 ways it didn't work successfully. It didn't work so that I could find the one way that did. And, that's where we realize that we will never fail at our dream. We may not always have everything unfold exactly as our ego or our human side feels it should or supposed to or need to or have to or must, but that doesn't mean that our dream stops. We just find a different way. We're finding like, okay, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I learned a lot through it, but I'm going to try this now. It's fun. It's this creativity. When you're creating something and the map within you, you're discovering the blueprint of how it's done. No one else knows it. How can they tell you whether it's failing or not? Because you're the only one that truly knows, you and, of course, Spirit, right? So let's see here. What else does doubt tell us here? Again, I release the need to know all the answers and the outcome, right? It's impossible for the human brain to comprehend the mysteries of the universe. You are only consciously aware of 3 dimensions for a reason, and that is to learn to love without the full awareness of your connection to Spirit. Everyone has his or her own personal path to this awareness, and there's no right or wrong answers as long as your goal is to manifest the energy of love and compassion, right? How do you uniquely want to express that love and compassion with the world? You have your own unique path, like we were talking about. The wisdom of the divine trickles into the physical dimension, and some of it will not resonate with your soul. Some of it will resonate with your soul, and some will not. These are your signposts that guide you to your correct path. If the wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware and mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on your path. So perfect, as we were talking about. And then we're going to pull here from the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. These are one of the 3 decks that I have from this author, and she uses this fractal imaging, which I call your spiritual inkblot test. So whatever you see in the picture is a special message from Spirit for you. And then I'll also read the interpretation that comes in here too. So for those that chose reading 2, all right, well, there it is. All right, so let's take a look here. So we've got 3, 2, 1. Boom, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful card here. Card number 1, which the number 1 in the major arcana of tarot is the Magician, which says Usually they have the magician's wand pointing to the heavens, one hand to the earth, and they're a conduit bringing down the unconditional love from above through us into the world. Living your dream, manifesting, putting forth. So I love it. Kind of looks to me too like an egg that's broken open, a very rainbow, energetic egg here. So it's this new birth, right? Creation. Can you believe this? This is all about creative projects, and here is creation. You are a creator. You can't make this up. When this card appears, it signifies a strengthening in your energetic field to bring those things which you require into physical manifestation. Creation is happening quickly from thought into form. Be conscious of what thoughts you're having. The time between the thought and its appearance in the physical will be quick. Now is the time to get clear about what you desire in your life. The universal energies are working with you to bring your desires to fruition. So you definitely are entering this time of whatever you focus your energy on, and you focus your mental, emotional, intention energy, or physical energy too. It is telling the universe, this is what I want more and more and more of, and it's going to bring it in. And this is a time here with this that it's coming in fast and furious. It's coming in more and more quickly than usual. So I love that. For your final messages from the tarot, we're going to be using these arcanas, animal tarot. And what I've done, I do this every once in a while, I split out the 4 major arcana from the major arcana. And so we have the 4 suits that represent 4 different areas of our life. And we're going to find out where this creativity, how this creativity expresses itself, how this knowledge comes in here for you. Through the 4 different areas, and then the major arcana will be the final message here for you. We're going to start off with the fire element, which is the suit of wands. This is this manifestation, right? If you get the ace of wands, that would be like, boom, it's the magic wand. You focus in your energy, you're bringing things into fruition here. So imagine you'll probably get royalty, ace of wands, something like that, because it feels very much like you are stepping into your power here. All right, well, you have the 5 of wands, which is okay too, because the 5 of wands, 5s are a number of transformation. And that's definitely what you're doing here with this energy, is you're altering where you've been investing your energy, right? So, when we wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream. We know that creation, that dream is not ours, right? Again, if Thomas Edison or whoever it was, I think it was Thomas Edison, created the light bulb, if that wasn't their dream, they would have given up the first time it failed, or maybe even before the first time even got done, right? But because they knew that was their dream, they focused all their energy and funded all their energy into this. Instead of focusing on failing and lower vibration, they focused on what they did want, gratitude and this energy, and focused on the dream that they discovered what it is. So as this dream, this true dream, makes itself known to you, then you're able to, kind of change and have this conduit of your energy go in a different direction, so that it's not going into something that you don't really care about. So I like that for you. And then we move into the element of earth. It's the suit of the pentacles. It's the only one that deals with the outside world. The wands energy has to do with your inner energy. Then we have the mental, energy, and the emotional. All that happens on the inside. The earth, pentacles, is the outside world. Everyone else on this stage of this life with us, including our own bodies, right? Our possessions, everything in the outside world. So this will be, how is this creativity expressed into your outside world here? So let's take a look for those that chose to. All right, actually you get 2 for here. So let's see how this unfolds here. So we've got, the 4 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is, of course, rules over all the Pentacles. It is abundance. It's this place of authority, and I like this coming in here for you. They really understand how the outside world works, how things unfold. 4 of Pentacles is one of the big things this king really learns here, because the Four Pentacles teaches us that, we as humans are taught for our worth, our self-worth, to look out here in the outside world into three pentacles: relationships, situations, and things, right? But the problem is that all those three things are unstable. And so when we define ourselves by these things, we feel unstable. Our self-worth feels unstable, right? Because people change, they walk away, they pass away. So relationships of all kinds are unstable. Situations never stay the same, like jobs, education, social status, whatever situations we can get in, that stuff never stays the same. And of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, they break down, they blow up, they deteriorate, they are stolen, right? So all of that stuff is unstable, and eventually we turn inward and upward, whereas where we find our self-worth. And it's beautiful, because when we look at all of that, and we look at how all that unfolds, it's beautiful, because what we find inward and upward is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. Eternal sounds very stable. Unconditional, nothing you can do to lose it. There's no conditions, so very stable. And so our self-worth becomes very solid. And when we realize we've been taught to look outside of ourselves at retail price, what is our worth to others, right? So there's this transformation. I feel like with this creativity and how this is coming in is because what draws us off to trying to do whatever dream was given to us is because we were told these are the things that are going to make you feel fulfilled and full, but they're not. That's why we don't have the oomph, and we're bored with it, or don't have energy, or procrastinate toward it, because we're like, I feel we're going to fail at it, or it's not for us, right? And so there's this great clarity that comes in with this, because you're not afraid of what's the outcome, because you're not using it to define you. You're not using the results of the outside things to define you. You're finding your self-worth inward and upward. So I like that for you. And then we move into the element of air, which is the Suit of Swords. This is your thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, all the mental world here. And so where does this creativity come in? How does our mind, how do we find this here, right? It's this one right here. Yep, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the insomnia and nightmare card. I know. How does that bring this? Well, this is those fears, these doubts we were talking about here, right? It's these, what if I fail? What if it doesn't happen? Blah, blah, blah. It's all these small t truths are the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts. And when we're in this fear, that when the human's in fight or flight mode, I talk about this a lot, I know, but it knocks out our intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us, and it goes into fight or flight mode. It does whatever it needs to do to try to feel safe and in control. It's like a 2-year-old, its pet cat. But when we're in fear, it also knocks out our creativity. And that's why people have writer's block and everything else, because we're out of our mind. We're out of that connection to the creative world, because we connect that through compassion, through love to the higher realms. That's how we express our love to the world, right? And like the magician, if there's fear, then the conduit of us bringing down that love from above through us and into the world, there's a circuit broken in there. The flow isn't there when we're in fear. When we're stepping out of our fear, then that's when we have this flow. The Nine of Swords is great because it's the ending and the beginning. The 9 is like, okay, I've had enough of this. I don't want to have this, fears of anything that is keeping me from living my dream. And 10, the Swords, is the leaving and the cutting away of things. So you are becoming aware with this inner journey into your mindsets of what is it that you truly want, and what are the fears that are holding you back with this as well. And then we move into the final suit, the element of water, and the Suit of Cups. This, of course, represents emotion. So we'll see here, how does this impact your emotional world, right? And so for reading number 2, all right, this one here. Yep, Queen of Cups. I had a feeling, because Queen of Cups, not only does she roll over cups with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which makes her the master of emotion. A lot like the High Priestess, in that she's very intuitive, very in tune with her emotions. And again, you might have this stereotype of artists and creative people are very emotional, but they're able to express their emotion. And that's where we're coming in here. So I love that this combination is telling you that you're moving out of your fears, you're stepping into this solid foundation of your worth. Your energy's transforming, and you're able to express this emotion with the world, the creativity with the world, that love, expressing that huge amount of love in your heart to the world. So I like that. And then we move to the final card here for the major arcana, and we're going to see how, in what way are you able to have this creativity, or what else they want you to know about being a co-creator and having this expression here. Let me just shuffle these up a little bit here. All right. So for those that chose reading 2, what's your final message? All right, this is the one right here. Yeah, and here's the Devil card. And this is perfect for all of this too. I mean, the Devil card is the shaking, the rattling of the cage. It's Capricorn energy, it's Saturn energy, which has this awareness of our fears. What is caging us? What's keeping us limited? What's keeping our heart restricted with all those supposed to's and shoulds, need to's and have to's and musts? It's not allowing you to express. You're feeling like you're a prisoner, and that you can't, like you're a prisoner to everyone else's dreams and conditions and expectations, instead of being able to express yourself. So this is all about overcoming the fears. I mean, right? The devil, a lot of times will create, fear, but it's actually our shadow that's happening, bringing us this information on purpose, for a purpose, so that we can be aware that we're in a cage, so that we can release ourselves from the cage, and then connect with this creativity and share with the world, this beautiful creation that we've come here to uniquely present to the world. So I love this for you. All right, and if you are looking for more messages of love from above, there's a few things you can do. First, give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That tells me you're enjoying the content, tells YouTube that you're enjoying it too, and they'll bring you more of that content to you as well. In addition to that, you can also click that subscribe button. That gives you access to the notification bell. And if you go into the notifications and select all, then you will be notified when I put out any new videos. And you'll also be notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all that, if you like the video, share the video with others, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel, even become one of my YouTube channel members. Doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so crazy happy giddy, it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful, and it helps spread the Zen love, and you're part of the giant love tsunami. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information is listed down in the description box of the video below. All right, all of you that chose number 2, as you're going through your adventure into creativity, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you, yes, you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator, and of course, I love you too. So until we chat again, much love to you. You hang in there, and you take care. If you chose reading number 3, then this is the reading for you, and we're going to start with the Wisdom of the Avalon Oracle cards. And because of the Sagittarius New Moon energy, we're going to be zeroing in and asking the Creator, what new knowledge is rising from within you? What do they want you to know here? So let's give these a shuffle here 3 times for all of you that chose number 3. And we'll see what is this knowledge about here. So for those that chose reading 3, all right, they do want that one right here. And you have, risk, dun, 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 card number 40. And this is one of the sacred journey markers. We'll put this up here in the corner. And let's see what this brings in here for you. So what knowledge is coming in here? So this marker brings excitement to your path. You cannot know the outcome of the action you're being called to take until you do it. In this way, you're required to be blind in the forest for a time, risking all you know and all you've acquired on your journey for the potential of something better. Perhaps the training you require demands faith in what you cannot experience with your five senses, but reliant on the sixth sense, your intuition, can provide you with another type of sight to aid you in your journey. Very important questions can be answered now. Is engaging in the situation worth the risk, or does my inner sight tell me to wait until another opportunity comes? Am I willing to learn a lesson of defeat and surrender to the promise of unknown potential? Pray for guidance and ask for a sign. If the answer is yes, take the risk. If no, rest, regroup, and wait on the will of the divine mystery. Another sacred journey marker may reveal the answer. We'll pull other cards here, not from this deck, but so the knowledge that is coming in here is, I feel like this is you getting in tune with your spiritual gifts, this trusting your connection to spirit and even growing your connection with spirit. We'll dive in deeper here. We're going to look here next at the soul's journey lesson cards here. And we'll give these three little shuffles for all of you that chose number 3. Let's see, what else? What is this risk? What is this intuition? What more do you want us to know about this here? All right, this is the card here. Oh, patience. All right. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Well, this one did talk about, am I going to wait? What if what if I don't take it? The pressure of, I've got to do it now. I've got to get it done. What if it never happens? What does it mean? Blah, 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 right? So let's take a look here and see what else it brings in. It says, Earth has become a place of instant gratification. You must focus on the maxim. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Even this about not knowing and being lost in the forest, right? This card has come to you because you need to learn the joy of anticipation. Like that ketchup commercial, right? Anticipation, making you wait. And the process of doing is so rich in lessons, but when you concentrate only on the goal, those experiences are disregarded. Life is an unfolding, and the more patience you practice, the more you will let the universal energy celebrate itself through you and bring the experiences and situations your soul requires. You need to learn that there is a rhythm to everything in the universe, and the more you are living with patience, the more you are aware of the lessons your soul is studying. You are on a path, obviously, this path right here too. There are signposts, like I said, guideposts. If you are speeding down the path, you will miss the little miracles and treasures that have been placed there. I like it. So this embracing the risk, embracing the not knowing, enjoying each step as you go along there. I know probably as soon as you saw the patience card, like the rest of us, right, we're like, oh, this one's not for me. But it is. And we'll get more information here too through the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. This is one of 3 decks I have from this author, and she uses fractal imaging. So this is going to be like a spiritual inkblot test. So whatever you see in the cards is a special message for you. And then we'll also read from the book on here too. So for those that chose reading 3, what is your message for them, please? All right, it's this one right here. So let's take a look here. So 3, 2, 1. You can Let's see, what do you see when you look at this? Maybe I'll even try to go in a little bit here so you can see a little closer. All right, that is card 21. So we'll scooch these over and put it right here. And let's see what message comes in with this for you. And this is called Connections. You are opening to the vast knowledge and information obtained through previous lives to help you on your path in this life. The knowledge coming to you now will help you in understanding who you are, who you have been, and who you are becoming. Seeing your connection to those people who are in your life today is helping you to understand the important roles we play in each other's lives. This is a time of fulfilling soul agreements and releasing old karma. I love this energy here because one of the things that with patience and with trusting the journey, we get caught up in trying to get to the end so fast because our ego, our human side in this lifetime feels like I've only got so much time that I'm alive. But when you realize, especially with as many past lives as we've had, how many concurrent lives we're living in this realm, in this dimension, and tons of other realms and dimensions, and then the future ones will live, there's no time really. We have eternity. We are eternal beings, and that allows the patience to come in, allows us to trust the journey, not needing to know the destination, right? So I love this, this knowledge, like it says, the knowing that is coming up in here for you is this knowing of, I feel like it's so much about being in the moment. And when it was talking about trusting your intuition and growing your intuition and your spiritual gifts too, it allows you to sit in the knowledge that you are perfect right now and that they will guide you and you're in the perfect place. A lot of our fear of risk is, what if I make a wrong choice? What if I end up somewhere where I'm not supposed to be? But we come down here to adventure, to explore. We are a perfect mountain, and we come down and we have all these different dimensions and everything, different lifetimes. We come down as humans to explore all the vastness of who we are. We're not really becoming anything different. We are perfect as we are. We're just discovering who we are. It's like Rumi, who says we don't need to discover love. We just need to discover the obstacles that we've created between us and seeing the love that we are. And that's this clarity that's coming in, this journey that we're on, wandering around this mountain. Now, next we're going to look here into the tarot, and I'm using the Arcanus Animal Tarot. And what I do every once in a while is I split out the 4 suits of the minor arcana from the major arcana, and the 4 suits of the minor arcana represent 4 different areas of our lives. So this will give us some detail into those, and then the major arcana will be the final message here. But we're going to start off with the element of fire, which is the suit of wands. This is our passion, our drive, our inspiration, and our spiritual energy too. So we'll take a look here and see what Spirit wants us to know. So as far as your spiritual energy, your initiation, your intuition, your manifestation energy, what the Spirit wants you to know here. All right, so you got the 5 of Wands coming in. The 5 of Wands is a transformation of the passion and the drive here. And I like this because where there might be, you might have this feeling of conflict within, and that would be our fear energy of like, I've got to, this pressure to get stuff done, to accomplish certain things. I'm not getting it done in the timing that I'm supposed to, right? Well, this conflict changes as we learn to relax with this patience, right? And so the energy, 5 is the number of transformation. It transforms from something from fear into something of love, unconditional love instead. And so there is this change of energy that happens where we're not feeling so stressed to get to somewhere. Our fire becomes, instead of a raging forest fire or a grass fire, becomes a very warm hearth or like a fire pit that we're able to sit around and enjoy for a long period of time because we're not trying to consume everything all at once. So I like that for you. And then we move into the earth element, which the Pentacles suit is the only one that's really about the outside world. You know, the Wands energy is our inner spiritual energy. We'll talk about mental energy and emotional energy. That's all on the inside. But the Pentacles is about the outside world. Everyone on stage with us, all of our, even our body, our possessions, all the stuff out there, outside of our being, right? So we're going to see here, how does this path, being patient with the journey, the not knowing, how does this end up impacting our outside world? So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Yeah, King of Pentacles. It's interesting. I don't know if this feels like maybe these two cards were in reading number 2. So if you were drawn to reading number 2, I would go check that out too, because the King of Pentacles does bring in this success and victory, which is what we want to know, right? We're like, regardless, we do end up feeling full and abundant and whole in the outside world. And that allows us to not worry so much and kind of have patience with things, right? Because what we're wanting to do is get to the end so that we know we're fine and then we're good, right? Instead of being anxious and being in that, what if this doesn't happen? This is this kind of guarantee that you're going to feel this fullness and this wholeness of life with trusting the path, trusting things unfolding. So I like that. And then we move into the element of air, which is the Suit of Swords. It's our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And so this is like what, I feel like for your reading, this represents what change of approach of thinking has to change in order for this to happen here. What fear needs to transform, or what knowledge needs to come in here for you. All right, it's this one right here. Yeah, 4 of Swords, rest, peace of mind. They sleep on the Ace of Swords. These are the fears, the expectations equal disappointment, the fear of heartbreak and not succeeding. And this is seeing things from a higher perspective. That's the Ace of Swords, which allows us to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love, in eternity. And then it allows us to cut away the fears of risk, the fears of things not unfolding. But because it shows us, again, if we realize we are a perfect mountain already, and we're just this journey that we're on in these lifetimes, is to discover who we are. We are 100% doing that every second. We're experiencing, we're witnessing, we're taking note, we're gathering information about who we are and who we're not, and it's beautiful. And so there's this peace of mind that comes in with all this too. We don't feel like, what are we risking, really? And I'm like, well, am I risking failing? Failing at what? Well, what if I don't do all this stuff? Yeah, what if you don't? Those are human things that we're taught, right? Small T truths, these 3 small T truths, relationships, situations, and things. All these rules about all that stuff, we fear failing it, right? But we don't have to, because we're perfect already. When we can sit in that energy, then we don't. We have that peace of mind, and we are able to have this great experience that comes in here, right? Right, and then we move into the final suit of cups, which is the water element, representing our emotions. And so how does this impact our emotional state, or what do you want us to know about emotions in relation to this? I feel like with this connections, maybe you'll get the Queen of Cups, because I think that's what they got on one of these other readings here. But definitely we've got here, well, the Page of Cups is higher communication, higher love, higher joy. And you're offered this Ace of Cups, this chalice. This page is the communication of love, the communication of, and I feel like with this connection that you get with the spirit realm too, that you are realizing how lovable you are already, how perfect you are. So you're able to get communication from love from up above, but you fill up and overflow like this chalice, and you're able to share this love with the world. And as you go patiently through here, you're not fearing failing, so you're able to enjoy it instead of just trying to get to the end of this life. to achieve, you're able to enjoy each step along the way that comes in here. So I love that for you. Right, and then we move into the major arcana, and this will be the final card here to tell you more about this journey here that's coming in here for you, and the impact as well. So, major arcana, what do you have for those that chose reading number 3? All right off the bat here. Yeah, you've got the Magician coming in here. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of congruity between all 3 of these readings. So if you did have a problem or like it's a challenge, which one should I do? Watch all 3, because the Magician, I feel like this was this maybe this was reading number 2. Very much there's some energies that are very conducive with reading number 2, but even maybe reading number 1. But the Magician card is that you have the ability, you have everything within yourself to make your dreams come true. The Magician normally has the wand pointed to the heavens, a hand pointed to the ground, and it's a conduit of bringing that unconditional love from the upper world down into this world. And when you realize here, there's like this undertow here of that we realize the world doesn't need saving. We might become impatient going, well, what if I don't do the things I'm going to do? Then the world's going to end. No, it doesn't. The world is perfect. We're here on this giant amusement park of fear rides, experimenting, enjoying, having adventures on these beautiful journeys. And we're here multitasking, right? We learn a lot about ourselves, but we also have things that we intended we wanted to help everyone else with, and we will. But the fear of failing, this fear of taking a risk, and, it's, I got to know everything. I've got to be in control. I got to be aware, comes in because we fear failing. We fear having everything fall short. And that's why where our impatience comes from. I got to know. I hurry up to take the test to get the grade and make sure I passed. But if we rush through the test, we misanswer things, right? And then we don't get the score we think we wanted, right? So that's like self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like we slow down, we become comfortable with the unknown. We had to focus on this connection to our heart. And there's this beautiful transformation, this peace that comes in here. But also there's this movement, this awareness, this empowerment that comes in with all of this too, that I can focus on the moment, because the moment is where I live, and the future doesn't mean anything, and the past doesn't mean anything. The now is where I'm experiencing life. Because when we're focused on the past, we're depressed, we're judging our life. When we're in the future, we have anxiety because we're trying to get to an end of something so we can prove our lovability and acceptability. But right here, right now, we are perfect in this moment already. And so we have nothing to fear. And there's this big release that comes from all this too. So I love this for you. Definitely there's this blossoming of trust in spirit, and as you really connect in, realizing who you really are, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. It's our higher self bringing that beautiful love in its own unique way out into the world. So I love it for you. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, there's a couple of things you can do. First, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking that like button. That tells me that you enjoy this content. It tells YouTube that you are as well, and it'll bring more similar content to you. The second thing you can do is click that subscribe button. That does give you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there, you can select the all option, then you'll be notified when any new videos come out on my channel. And you also are notified when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all that, if you like or share my video, comment on my video, subscribe to my channel, become one of my YouTube channel members, doing any of those things allows you to help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. Because doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm super crazy, happy, giddy, excited, where it wants to automatically share my channel and my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do all that, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings. All that information's down there in the description box below if you are looking for that. All right, beautiful people, all of you that chose reading 3, know as you're going through this journey that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until we chat again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care.